remember when we had to explain how we did that to another podcast show.
We did! LOL, Bridge. What's the name of that podcast?
How did we miss this?
Yeah, and why do we care about talking about them? What?
I got it from here.
Okay.
Ladies and gents, we were asked to be on a podcast as guests. And this podcast is all about exploring what the two podcast hosts, Joe and Darwin, missed, right? So it's not even just movies, it's video games and music and more. And they wanted to do a movie and they reached out to us and said, wowie, you're amazing. Can we get you on? And we were like, well, check our schedule. No. So we did Billy Madison, which comes out, Kate, when?
Today!
Oh me, oh my. So you finish this and then you're like, man, I gotta wait a whole week. No, you don't. You just hop on over and check out Billy Madison.
That's right, listeners. Y'all got double duty this week, okay? So you gotta hit up their podcast. We had a good time.
Oh my God, we laughed so hard.
We did.
Really fun. Cool people.
Yeah, so definitely check them out. They've got a lot of other episodes out as well that are pretty funny. So take a listen to them and yeah, let them know who sent you.
Ooh!
Woo!
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello!
Wakanda forever!
Wakanda forever! Welcome, Black listeners!
Welcome, Black Panther!
Oh, welcome, Black Panther! I don't know what I'm saying. We just started. This is not gonna be good. That's alright. Welcome back, listeners. I'm gonna dive right in and introduce ourselves. So we are the Sisters Who've Seen It. The podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And... I couldn't keep it up because I don't know. I'm panicked.
We need to just take things in our house and go and like drop them to the floor and make the like spear sounds.
Oh my God, I know. I wish I had a spear right now.
Oh man, I wish I was in that army. Oh, Kate, what is it?
Oh,
yeah. What are we on?
Okay, so our movie this week is Black Panther, in case you didn't pick that up.
The no-stalgic
yes.
movie based on our recommendation from...
David! So shout out David.
David, we're breaking the rules for you.
David, we like you so much that we bent our made-up rules that only Katie made up. But it's fine, because this is a great movie.
2018 feels like 10 years ago, but
honestly,
here we are.
So this movie came out before, like, Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, and, like, those feel like they were a long time ago. But I guess they weren't, and COVID just made us all feel like we lost 20 years of our lives. So weird. Yeah.
If only we had vibranium.
Oh my God, imagine. Well, we may have it in the world and maybe we just don't know it.
I understand why they don't want to share it.
Right.
We'll get into ethical conversation soon.
There's lots of ethics here, definitely.
Kate, I believe it's your turn for a synopsis.
Are you sure? Oh no.
Well, all I want to do is hear how you pronounce the name so I don't screw it up. So go for it.
I think I'll do pretty well with the names because I tried to phonetically spell. So my spelling is bad, but hopefully my pronunciations will be correct. Okay, so we start off, we get a very quick history lesson about Wakanda, vibranium, Black Panther, secret place, and I already screwed up, Jabari tribe. See, I spelled this one wrong. Jabari. Jabari, okay.
The mountain army.
Okay, the history lesson, we have Wakanda, which is the, like, kingdom, I guess. And Wakanda is hidden from the world because they have vibranium. Vibranium is this intergalactic metal. It's the strongest metal in the world. It's super cool. And because of that, they were able to to make all this really awesome technology so they can kind of hide their kingdom. So it just looks like Africa, but it's not. It's like a bunch of crazy technological things. Great. Then there's also magical herbs. And I don't remember if there is a backstory for the herbs or if they just grow in this place. I don't know. I forget that part. But there's magical herbs that can turn you into a super strong superhero that they call the Black Panther. So there's kind of a legacy tradition with that. But like, is it like naturally occurring?
So it's native to Wakanda.
So just in their kingdom. So not only did their kingdom have a magical herb, but it also magically was the only place that magically got hit with the magical metal comet. Is that correct?
There you go.
Okay, so basically this is like a Hogwarts crossover. This is what's happening. Okay, anyway.
It's awesome.
And then, so there's different tribes in Wakanda, and there's 5 in total, and most of them get along, but one of them, the Jabari tribe, Jabari? Is
Yeah, I think it's Jabari. That's how I heard them say it.
Okay, the Jabari tribe, they're like, hell no, we don't like to share, and democracy sucks. So then they kind of live by themselves in a mountain. Wow, great day. So that's the backstory, and then we cut to Oakland, California, and you see kind of some kids playing basketball, whatever, but then you see these 2 guys who are kind of talking about, they've got weapons, just talking about like, okay, we're gonna go like do the exchange, whatever, and then they get visited by Wakandans. And they're pretty awesome. And so first you're like, uh-oh, like, what's happening? How's the connection? We're so confused. And then you come to find it's the king of Wakanda when he was younger, going to visit his brother who has, like, gone to California. And he's like, y'all are giving away vibranium. I don't like it. And the brother's like, no way. And then this guy who's standing off the corner is like, yes way. I'm a spy. And you're like, how'd you guys not know each other? I just, fine. It's fine. I'll believe it.
Like, you never looked at each other's lip tattoos?
You guys never compared your tats? Please, what kind of friends are you?
Well.
Right. So this basically leads to the one brother's not the king. He gets murdered. And we get a little more info about that as the movie goes on, but that's kind of it. And then they're like, okay, bye. Okay, so now it's present day, and Chadwick Boseman plays T'Challa, who is the prince, I guess you could say, of Wakanda. But his dad just, like, got murdered. It was sad. It was in another movie. It was in, Captain America Civil War.
I did not understand any of that, and I was like, Katie will know what's happening.
Yeah, it's a shame. Unfortunately, I think Marvel kind of does this a lot sometimes. It's like they don't have faith in, like, some of the characters, so they don't give them, like, proper setups. So they just kind of, like, had this major character death be, like, a side plot in another movie, and that's kind of how you get introduced, but then he's, like, not in the rest of that movie, so it's weird. Anyway, yeah, the dad died. It was kind of like an international, like, assassination, kind of.
Oh.
So that's sad. But he's now the Black Panther, and we didn't see that, and now he just is, and that's cool. So he's, like, kind of fighting, and he is trying to keep peace in Africa, whatever. But mainly they're like, we just like to chill in Wakanda, because this place is the best. And
it is the best.
I agree. Yeah. I would also just hang out in Wakanda if I had the option. But he's like, my dad is dead. Life is sad. Gotta go scoop up my ex-girlfriend from the jungle. And we're gonna go have a ceremony to basically crown me as king. But also, if someone wants to, they can challenge me to a fight. And then whoever wins the fight is the king. So there's interesting traditions here.
Democracy.
Y'all remember the Jabari? Oh, Jesus Christ. Jabaris? Y'all remember those guys? Well, they come in like, remember the Titan style? Literally every time I think of that, I'm like, oh my god. The king or the leader of that tribe, his name is M'Baku. Oof. He is the hottest man in this movie.
And is funny and unsung hero, like...
Yes, he's the best.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so don't get it twisted. We love him. So he comes in, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna challenge y'all, but he loses. So then you're like, anyway, back to your mountain.
Okay?
Yeah, you're like, okay, bye. So now T'Challa's the king. He has a little sister, her name is Shuri. She is also the best. She's the best female character of this movie.
Ooh, no,
you think,
I will
are
challenge.
you gonna think Nakia?
No, Okoye?
Oh, she's awesome. They're honestly...
They all are so good.
All the female characters are done pretty well, but Shuri is basically like, I'm super smart, and I make all the technology. So she made him like these really cool suits, and they can do cool stuff, and there's all this stuff, and science, and what a day. So they come to find that this guy, who was somehow involved with people from Wakanda dying, had stolen vibranium, something. This stuff was not in a previous movie. They're like, oh, he's gonna sell vibranium, so we're gonna go find him. Okay, so
that's the guy Claw, right?
So that's Claw, which is Andy Serkis. And you then, through Andy Serkis, you meet really the main villain of the movie, who is labeled as Killmonger. His name is Eric.
Who is actor Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B., not Michael Jordan, y'all. Don't worry, we don't got any Bugs Bunnies up in here.
Take a back seat, Space Jam. Ooh!
Yeah, no.
Now he is so hot. They're all so hot in this movie. This is a lot. This is a lot to watch.
Bridget's sweating. Oh no, we're in Wakanda right now. Oh god.
I couldn't handle Wakanda. Oof. Continue.
Okay, so pretty much you find that you think these bad guys are like working together, and they kind of somehow Martin Freeman, who I don't even remember his character's name. Everett. Okay. So he's just there, and now he's with us. So now we're hanging out with him, and like, it's fine. I mean, I like him, but like, I don't know if his character was that necessary. But there's a lot of stuff happening, and we have some cool fight scenes. We're in Japan, and it's cool, and it's crazy. And then they get Claw. They're trying to like interrogate him and stuff, and then he gets broken out by Michael B. Jordan. But then you're like, oh, okay, so they're working together. But then Eric Killmonger's like, I have kill in my name, so I'm gonna kill everyone. So he kills everyone. You're like, what is the MO? And it was just to get to Wakanda, but it was also to bring the dead body, because I guess he knew if he brought the dead body of this guy, then they would like him better and stuff. So plot. Cool. We're back in Wakanda, thank God. Martin Freeman got shot somewhere in there, so he's with us too. And now Eric Killmonger is there, and he's like, yo, I'm like royalty. And they're like, what? And then he's like, yeah, the king killed my dad. And you're like, oh shit.
Wakanda! Oh man, can you imagine? Like, that's
the
like
drama.
When people do like 23andMe and they're like, we have a second cousin on our fifth side. Oh snap.
It's like a very dramatic like Thanksgiving where you're like, oh no, I thought we were all just family having fun. And then you're like, it's not fun anymore. Now it's getting real. Oh no.
Oh no.
So he basically is like, I want to challenge him to the throne. Let's do it. I'm ready. And you're like, another fight. Okay. And then, you know what? T'Challa, he loses. Well, kind of.
Crushed.
He gets thrown off a waterfall. So technically he lost. So basically now, Eric Killmonger, he is the new king. He's gonna be the new Black Panther. He becomes the Black Panther, and he's like, yo, burn all these plants, because like, I don't want any others. So like, burn the plants. And you're like, oh no. But don't worry, Nakia, who is the ex-girlfriend, she's like, I'm gonna steal one because I'm smart. And she runs away with Shuri and the mom, and now they're on the run, and they go to who? Jabrari's. Going to M'Baku. Because he's hot, and we're like, we need more. Mm-hmm. We want more. Give us more. And
we want more.
We want more. That's me in the theater. Yeah. So they go to him, and they're like, we need your help. Everything's on fire. Help us, please. Also, T'Challa's dead. And then he's like, no, he ain't. And you're like, what? And they literally have T'Challa on ice. Like he's a beer. I'm sorry. So he's not dead, don't worry. And, you know, thank God for that little plant. And we turn him back into the Black Panther, and he's alive again. And then now we got a big old battle back at the main part of Wakanda. We're fighting to get rid of this guy, and he's trying to put all these like vibranium weapons out into the world. It's a confusing motivation, in my opinion, but fine. And in the end, T'Challa shanks him, and then he did. But his death he brings him to look at the sunset while he dies, and that was kind of cute. I mean, it's not cute to die, but, like, it was cute. I don't know. If you're gonna die, like, do something cute at the end, you know?
Totes.
Okay, so that's it.
Wait, no, Kate, it has one more ending. What happens? They go...
Oh, they go to Oakland. And this... Okay, listeners, I said that regular Michael Jordan reference is not in this movie. This is a regular Michael Jordan reference related to Space Jam because they just roll up in their spaceship. No concerns. We just kind of landed on a basketball field for everyone to see. And then we're like, yo, kids, that's our ship. And the kids are like, what? Then it ends. So, at least they didn't land in a baseball field, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, only correction is I believe that they weren't in Japan, they were in South Korea.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
So that, yes. And as you were talking, all these things kind of came back to me. This is one of the first movies that I watched honest trailers to.
Oh my god, so funny. I'm sure I've seen the honest trailer for this, but I don't remember anything from it.
So, as you were talking, I was thinking about what I think is one of the most brilliant things they said in honest trailers, where Nakia, right?
Yes.
He goes, the entire movie, Chadwick Boseman never listens to Nakia, who basically says they should share vibranium. And then after a bunch of dudes say it, he finally changes his mind. Nobody listens to Nakia. It's like,
God damn it!
Oh my god. I don't even do it justice, but as you were talking, I was remembering that I had watched that. Kate, not an easy synopsis.
Oh.
Good work. Once it's in the Marvel world, I'm like, that's a you.
Like I said, this character has not gotten a lot of backstory. This is his only movie. There is another one that's coming out, despite Chadwick Boseman unfortunately passing away.
R.I.P.
I'm interested to see how they do it, and they have taken some of the Wakandan people and put them into other Marvel stuff since, but, like, this is the only, like, sole, just them Black Panther movie, so, like, you just shove a lot of stuff in there, you know? Like, a lot, and there is a lot of stuff. You definitely have to, like, pay attention to kind of get what's happening.
I don't know. I feel like they almost could have broken up this movie into different movies, like, if they went really into it, but this was so good, and I gotta tell you, I don't know enough about Marvel like you do, and your love for Marvel, but this was, like, pro-women.
Yeah,
This had fantastic female characters that weren't just about their bodies and looking good. They had depth. They were funny. They were smart. They were strong. I mean, I want a whole Marvel movie on, you pronounce it Okoye?
Okoye.
Okoye.
I think that's how you say it.
Danae Guerrera. I want a whole movie on how did she become the leader.
Right.
Like, I want the Wonder Woman movie of that.
Oh, as long as it's not Wonder Woman 1984, I'm there.
Oh my god. Or his mom ruined it. Is that Weight Watchers? Oh, Mom, you ruined it.
The women characters are probably so good in this movie because it's based very much, obviously, on, like, African culture and African traditions, and, like, they, you know, treat women differently than I think America does. So,
So, okay, when it started, I just kept writing, I'm getting some big Mufasa vibes.
Mufasa! There's a lot of Lion King vibes in this whole movie.
Yes, the drums, like the musical drums are killer.
And the one song where it's like, they play that, like, whenever he's in the, like, Black Panther Serengeti land, the dreamland. That's, like, what's playing in the background.
Well, and that's where I got the Mufasa.
Yes.
Like, that was definitely, like, when they eat the herb, right? That's when they go in that dream state. But very cool to learn about Wakanda, and it's very cool to see it.
Yeah.
A lot of this CGI, I tend to be, like, anti-CGI, but they did it pretty well. Like, I know it's 2018, so we're not watching, like, regular movies like we do where it's, like, 1993, but whoever designed that was so creative because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that in the beginning. I was like, I'm hooked, I'm following, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like, I need to take notes, I need a notepad, what is vibranium, who, what, okay, focus, Bridge. Yeah, and then we end up in California, and I'm like, okay, I'm tracking.
Right, and that's where you got so it's like the brother of the king, and I didn't write his name name down.
Najobu?
Okay. What's the actor's name?
Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown.
Who is in, like, a ton
He's in
of
so many
stuff.
things. Right. And then the friend, who then you find out is, like, been a double agent drama. He is not Forrest Whitaker, but grows up to be Forrest Whitaker.
Oh my god, Forrest. I was like, every time someone came on the scene, I was like, Angela Bassett! Forrest Whitaker! Ah! Like, it's just like, I was like, I forgot all these people were in it!
Yeah, there's a lot of good people in this. Yeah, that guy, young Forrest Whitaker, if you will, he does a great job of, like, pretending like he doesn't know what's happening. And I remember when I first watched this movie, I was, like, very surprised. And I was like, what? You're from Wakanda too? Guys! Everyone's Wakandan. What a day.
What a day. And who knew? The people we know today that decided to tattoo their inner lip, who knew they're part of this ancient magical tribe? Because I'm over here thinking they're making bad decisions, but here we are.
Oh my god.
Here we are.
Yeah, and it looked like it was like a black light, so you could go to like Chuck E. Cheese and maybe scan something. You get some like tickets.
You can get into the club.
Yeah. Like, I'm going in. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
But it's quick. It's quick.
It
the
is
whole
quick.
like, you know, and the entire movie has the ethical dilemma of you have the most powerful metal in the entire world. You could be helping everybody, or you could be making a lot of money off of it. And like this started to sprinkle in because he wasn't a bad guy trying to like sell it and then like kill people. He was still part of this like ethical conversation of like, should you, if you have everything good, should you keep it? Should you share it? What happens? And so
you're talking about Eric Killmonger?
Well, yes, but his dad wasn't like this evil guy looking to sell vibranium, make a lot of money, and then like rule the world. Like he was also had this, we should share this thing.
Yeah, we could talk more about it when we get to Eric, but I feel like I remember when this movie came out, a lot of people were like, oh, he's like a villain that was right. Like this is a villain who was like correct. And like rewatching, I'm kind of like, I see some holes in his ethics. I think it's just, it was so different than what people are used to, because people are used to villains being like despicable, and like this guy's not. And also he's hot, so like here we are.
I definitely kind of agreed. And he kind of changed Chadwick Boseman's mind. So, okay, we'll get there. So it quickly gets into like, your dad's dead. And I didn't think people appropriately responded to that. I felt like Nakia was like, ooh, sorry about that. Moving on. I was like, what? Is that the reaction?
And he like tells her that literally after he just thwarted these, I don't even know what was going on. There were trucks that kidnapped women, but then Nakia was in there and she's like, I'm gonna save us. But I was like, Nakia, honey, where's your weapons? What are you doing? You're just wearing like a robe. I'm a little worried about you. But then like he comes in as a Black Panther and he saves everything. Cool, great. So then like all these people are beat up, everyone's afraid, and then he's like, hey, dad's dead. And you're like, oh, okay, wow. I'm sorry. Also, there's a lot of things happening. You want to let me know? Maybe, like, we can get on a ship and then chill out. Also, there's a truck of women, and we just told them to go walk home. But we have a spaceship. So here's problem number one with how Wakandans see the outside world, because, like, that part made me laugh. I was like, what? She's like, good luck. Get home safe in the jungle.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. But we're gonna fly away. Hope you guys make it home safe.
Bye.
Bye.
So, from the beginning, when I was like, okay, Nakia's like an ex.
Yeah.
They had a relationship. They were close. Well, why the frick did they break up? Because...
Well, we don't know, Bridget, because we didn't get any movies to explain anything.
Why?
We know nothing.
Why?
Nothing
like,
at all.
I would have been fine to, like, skip the long-winded I killed the brother plot. Like, that could have been super fast, and I want to know like, did he cheat? Did she cheat?
Oh,
you
the
know?
drama. Oh, the Wakandan drama. Oh,
like,
no.
did she want to be serious? And he was like, no way, I'm a prince. Like, not till I'm king. And she's like, well, now you're a king. And I just feel like Marvel needs to give us some closure, because there was kind of this, like, hotness between them, but then it wasn't, and I didn't know what to do. Who was I rooting for?
Well, and
then
she
just got ignored the whole time.
And then at the end of the movie, they, like, make out, and you're like, so, are you guys, what's your Facebook status? Because now I don't know. Are you back together, or are we just exes that make out, because I need to understand.
Can we please make King T'Challa and Nakia Facebook pages and have them? It's complicated.
Oh no, that would be me a lot of the time. Oh no. I'd always be in that status. Not good. Oh dear.
Okay.
Yeah, but Nakia is awesome. And then
Oh, man.
we get to know Okoye a little better, so she's the general, and she's pretty amazing. And then when we get back to Wakanda, we right away meet T'Challa's mom, who again, I didn't write the name because I suck, but it's Angela Bassett. We love her.
Ramonda?
Sure.
Ramonda. Oh, man. The outfits.
Okay.
I know.
No. Bridget, this is the only movie. I'm not going to make fun of you for bringing up clothing because the outfits in this movie are amazing.
They're amazing. And she's got that hat. And she just turns around and in capital letters, I was like, Angela Bassett! Like, what a cast. Like, that casting director.
Yo.
Give that person some extra bucks because brilliant casting.
They were like, we need someone with the most amazing cheekbones. And then Angela Bassett's like, swing! It's me.
And I'm like, how freaking old are you? And she's just like stunning.
She's a vampire. She's a vampire.
She definitely is a vampire.
There's no way. So that's the mom, and then he has a little sister, Shuri.
Oh my god.
I love her. I think she's so funny.
Okay, how about if I make this reference? Would she be like a cooler Tony Stark?
Kind of. Yeah.
Right? Like a protege Tony Stark?
She'd be like a millennial Tony Stark. Because he's like older and like he's a different generation.
She's so funny.
Yep.
And I also love how she makes terrible puns. Like the one about sneakers.
Yeah. That literally made me think. I was like, wait, is that why they called sneakers? Because I've never stopped and thought about that. Is that why? Bridget, you used to make clothes. What is that why?
I don't know. Is that why they call them sneakers?
Bridget!
Oh my god, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the name sneakers originally referred to how quiet the rubber soles were on the ground compared to noisy leather sole dress shoes.
Okay, if anyone's ever been to a basketball game, sneakers need a new name because all you hear is yeah, no. Oh
Please edit in like basketball sneakers right there. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's so cool, and I love the scene that we're like in the lab and showing the cool technology because, you know, someone has to sit there and think about like, what's the crazy futuristic thing that we get to make and share? And it's, I mean, again, this isn't that old, but I think that could hold up for a while.
I think it was smart that they included something like that too, because again, we don't have a lot of backstory on this character. So all you know is like, cool, he's a superhero, and like, you kind of talked about that they have like heightened abilities, but I don't know there's a suit, but like the suit isn't like your abilities. That's like a straight up suit that like someone like sewed, you know, over there in the rocking chair. So I like how she's like, yeah, no, we have like technology in our suits. Like it's not just all you, bro. Like some of this is the suit that I made. So like, you're welcome.
Well, and the whole like telepathic driving.
Oh my
god,
god,
this is
so cool.
Like that has to hold up. That's cool.
That is so cool. I would love to do that because if you crash, you just kind of like bloop, and then you just everybody's fine.
Everybody's fine
except the car and maybe other people, but
whatever.
You're fine. So there we go. While all of this is kind of happening and you're getting all these fun things you're seeing at the Wakanda lab, it also then cuts to Killmonger, who we don't know who he is yet. It's like this is his first intro.
Yeah, you think he's nice?
He's chilling in a museum and he's like, yo, lady, tell me about some of this African stuff that I'm looking at. And this lady was weird, okay? I understand she's in it for like 10 seconds, but if I'm like, I don't know, working in a museum and I get called over specifically to talk to a customer, are you bringing your extra large coffee and aggressively sipping it in front of this person?
It was
Too
very,
much.
very mom, you know? It's very mom.
Only if you're a mom who has an addiction to Dunkin' Donuts, then perhaps it makes sense. But to me, I don't think that made any sense and it was weird. But it is plot purposes because this is part of a heist. We got an
I
Ocean's
wrote-
11 heist,
That's what I
y'all.
wrote Ocean 11 heist.
The heist is on, boys. Yep, so this is a heist, and they, like, poisoned her coffee, something?
Yes.
And so she faints, and then the EMTs who come in, they're actually part of the heist. And this is all to steal a vibranium weapon that's in the museum that he's like, this is from Wakanda. And the lady's like, that's made up. And he's like, and then heist. So they steal it.
Yeah.
Yep, so they steal it, and that kind of kicks off this whole idea, too, of like, okay, now T'Challa and Wakanda, somehow they hear about all this, and now they're like, we gotta go and, like, get that back, or, like, get that out of their hands, the vibranium thing.
And we really see, like, the army, and I write in my notes, be still my heart, an all-female army? I was like, oh!
They're such queens. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm skipping around. Before we go stop the heist from more heists, we have the fight or challenge, right?
Well, no, you're right. They do the quick
challenge.
Yeah, they do the quick heist, and then they, like, zoom back into the challenge. But this is the whole, as you said, ceremony where it's democratic. They're like, listen, it's not nepotism, okay? Like, I might have been the son, but, you know, we got other tribes. Here we go. And, you know, it was a good fight. It was a good fight because when they came in, I was afraid of the Jabari tribe. I was like, they are going to win. And scary.
Again, they come in, like I said, remember the Titan style. They come in very slow. You know, that's their warm-up. If y'all remember, that's what we did during warm-ups. Apparently that helps you warm up. I'm not convinced, but sure. And that's when M'Baku's like, I'm gonna challenge because we're sick of our mountains and you guys are annoying and rah. Okay, let's talk about the setup though, because T'Challa, who is the Black Panther, which means he has these abilities, you have to then get rid of your abilities to do this challenge. You can't do it. You have the abilities, so that's
pretty
like
fair. I give it.
Fair, fine. But then it's like we're on a waterfall, and first of all the tribes are standing on scary rocks. Number one. Number two, these rocks are wet because it's a waterfall. Number three, we're dancing. There's a lot of dancing, and I'm really nervous.
And the CGI, this will not hold up. The CGI was weird here because you went up the rocks, and you just kind of kept seeing like little people dancing, and you're like, this doesn't have the like scary Pantheon Spartan effect I think you want it to. The cone heads effect.
Narful the Garthok, y'all, on a waterfall, let me tell ya.
Yeah.
But so if there is a challenger and there is going to be a fight, they do it in the water part, fine. But then you have the army like surrounds you, and then they slowly are like pushing you guys to the edge to fall off the waterfall. And that was the scariest countdown I've ever seen.
Ooh, no goofy movie gonna save you.
I'm glad I don't have to have countdowns like that, because if I have a deadline and I'm trying to hit something by a certain time and someone keeps walking towards me with a spear, I'm not going to be able to do it successfully. All right? The anxiety. My God.
Well, and this was like everyone was rooting for T'Challa.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we want him to win. And nobody was rooting for M'Baku.
I mean, part of me was, but like I didn't say it, you know?
I mean, but like later in the movie.
Like we were thinking it, but like we didn't say it.
Later in the movie, I'd like learned to love him. But in the beginning, I didn't. And then basically he is getting his
Wakanda
kicked. Chadwick, this is not looking good. You got rid of those Black Panther powers and like, you're not that tough.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, I can't believe you didn't protect your father and you let people steal our
Wakanda.
And you're like, I mean, he's making good points. Like, I understand.
He's making good points, but it's rude.
But it's rude, and eventually Chadwick Boseman, which he seems to have this theme the entire time, which is like, he's stabbed, he's not gonna win, and then it's like, and then he like comes up at the end and does some wild like wrestler move, and you're like, well, there we go, and he wins, and you're like, oh my God, he's so hot too.
Yeah, he is. He does a knee headlock, which I feel like I should learn how to do. I don't know when I would use it, but like, that's cool.
We can practice on Mary.
Oh, geez. Yeah, sure.
and then everyone cheers Rudy style.
Yes!
And you gotta give it to M'Baku. He was like, fine, I lost, I'm mad. But then he like, it's like, I'm going back to a mountain. And you're like, fair fight.
Then they did their sad,
They
do their sad stomping back. Yeah. So now, all right, T'Challa won. All right, cool. We'll give you your little purple herb back. And then this is where you see what happens when someone actually takes this thing. And this involves, you take this plant that gets crushed up and you turn it to liquid somehow.
It's basically acid. You take an acid trip.
Yeah, you take an acid trip. But not only are you taking an acid trip, you are then getting buried alive via acid trip. So good luck with that.
No thanks.
And then you have, it's not a flashback, it's like you go into like a dream sequence and you see like dead people and like, what? This was Lion King. Yeah.
But I feel like they had a loving talk between the two of them. It was very much like, Dad. And I was like, is anyone sad this dad is dead? Because like everyone's way too nonchalant about it. But he was like, Dad, I can't do this without you. I wasn't ready. And his dad's like, you prepared your whole life for this. Yes, you are. And
remember who you are, Simba. Slash T'Challa.
But it was very cute. I was like, oh, this is sweet. And he does have like king presence to him. Like he has this like quiet confidence. And I thought that was the only time that he like was a little insecure. And then he like came back and he like woke up and he was like, I'm ready to rule. And you're like, yeah, you are. Let's do this.
Woo! Put on that robe.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. And then basically Nakia's like, hey, so we should share vibranium. And like, hey, I've been reading like these blogs.
She's like, I made this really professional PowerPoint. I cited all my sources. I spent a lot of time on it. Would you like to see? And he's like, no.
He's like, why don't you love me? And she's like, again, we're not allowed to talk about the backstory based on our contract, but like the audience really wants to know. And I'm like, I want to know.
We're just a Facebook status. You just have to accept it. All right.
And we meet Wakabi, who's Daniel Kaluuya.
So this was another instance of Katie being lazy. I did not write down his character's name, so I just called him Daniel K throughout all of my notes.
He got out to get into Wakanda.
Yeah.
He had an arc. I'll tell you. He had an arc because you're like, cool best friend, I'm with you. And he's the best friend that you're like, no.
And you're like, now you're a poopy best friend.
He's a frenemy. What a frenemy.
Yo, he turned real quick. I was
he
like,
did.
Really? Come on.
He drank that tea and he was gone. But they had like cute little bromance in the beginning. He was like, all right, cool, you're king. And like, yeah, man, let's do this. We're going to rule the school. We're seniors.
And he's like, so, you hanging out with Nakia? I was like, wow, guys. How old are you? Please
also,
relax.
Another thing I was really annoyed about is, oh god, I keep screwing up her name.
Okoye.
Okoye and him are also dating, but we also don't know their status.
No.
And like, I want the movie to cut.
Well, they're definitely like actively dating.
They're like
they
actively dating,
say
right?
the word love. Whereas like Chadwick's like, can I say your name, Nakia? Don't yell at me. I don't know. Okay.
Because like, we need like Hollywood press to like stop the movie and be like, all right, so at this point, these two have been dating for 6 months. These broke up.
TMZ in Wakanda. Oh my god.
A TMZ update. Because all of their relationships, which I kind of loved because it showed like powerful women in these like incredible roles and who cares about their love life. But like, I need to know the context because later when they have that big battle, she's kind of like, listen, Daniel, I'm going to stop your rhino. And he's like, and she's like, yep, I win. And you're like, oh man, wow.
She's the best.
She's the best. Well, sorry, I went on a tangent there, but
that's okay.
We go back to where the heist is, which is in Korea.
Now we're in Korea, yes. And Nakia, again, she's super cool and nothing can really happen in this movie without her. She's like, don't worry, guys, I have a friend at the exact place that this heist is going down. Also, you're welcome. If anyone wants to throw a thank you out there, I'm always ready to hear it anytime.
She's like, again, part of my PowerPoint on slide 67, I told you where this heist is going down, and it's just so funny. And then we meet Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins, he's not drunk, he doesn't have a ring, but he's gambling, and he sticks out like a sore thumb this whole movie. God.
God, he really, like, Martin Freeman, who did you pay to get into this movie? Because you are so random.
It's so random. Oh, and he has, like, an American accent, but he's, like, a British actor, and I'm like, oh, it's, like, weird. It's weird.
Well, and the reason that he was relevant is they were like, that's an FBI agent, that Americans here, they already are trying to do what we're trying to do. So now you have, like, two people trying to take down what's happening. And so you're like, okay, he's on the right side, but it ruined everything.
It did. And they're kind of like, I'm getting the vibranium. No, me. No, I'm getting... And they're annoying. And then, of course, the ladies are like, hey, guys, maybe, like, chill out and, I don't know, focus better. Thanks, everyone. And how does the fight start, Bridge? Because it's the best way to start a fight, in my opinion.
Okay, you have to talk, because my notes are all over the place. I just wrote, it's a setup, Kill Bill fight, and then I write, joot, 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 joot.
Yo, that music was awesome.
Please help me.
Okay.
Like, somebody ruined it. She ripped off her wig?
Yeah, the wig!
Oh, okay.
The best way to start a fight is you take off your wig and you throw it into someone's face. And that's how you start a fight. It was amazing. Because she's like, this stupid wig, blah, blah, blah. And so she just rips it off and throws it. And now we're fighting and it's awesome.
It's so awesome. Like, her skills were, oh my god. And this was really cool because it got into very much like Batmobile driving fight, which was epic.
I love that scene with all the car stuff.
That is good. That is super good.
And Sherry's like, I get to drive. I don't know how that worked. Or the car was like vibranium or something weird. How did we get a car vibranium over to Korea? We don't care. It doesn't matter. Everything's great. And she gets to drive remotely and it's so fun. Oh my god.
And they're kind of technology snobs. So like, I think Akuye at one point is like, guns, how primitive. Yeah. And you're like, wow.
Oh, what? You still use an iPhone 11? Wow.
This is like the story of my life if I whip out cash. People are like, you use cash? You're like, oh. But like the one scene where he turns into Black Panther, he's on the car and they're driving and it's like crazy and they have to turn and he takes his claws into the street and turns the car, which reminds me of the Batman scene where the like gadget whips out from the wheel and does that like really quick 90-degree turn. Do you remember that?
Oh my god, yes, now that you say that.
I had some serious Batman vibes and I was like, this is so awesome.
Yeah, the whole thing is cool and I love the part where, so the guy Claw, because he has a weird like mechanical arm and I don't remember if that was in another movie or...
Okay.
He's got a mechanical arm and it blows up the car that Nakia and Okoye are in and Okoye like lands so gracefully. She like flies in the air, she grabs her spear, she lands so gracefully and it's like a power pose and then Nakia is like, ee! And she's like sitting in the little car seat, perfectly still in the car seat, still holding the steering wheel, and that's all that's left. And it's so funny.
So good. So good.
Oh my god.
And basically, Black Panther was definitely going to kill Claw, and because everybody was watching, they were like, no, we're going to have a PR issue on our hands because we are the most secretive of secretive societies.
Yep.
And then we get him into custody.
Yes.
And this is what creates Killmonger to do a heist.
Second or third. I don't know what heist we're on. What number?
Yeah, so I found Martin Freeman to be like really bad at his job because all he had to do was just like hold a supervillain in custody and he just did that bad. He didn't do that right.
Well, and then he's like, I want to interrogate him alone. When? And they're like, okay, whatever. And then they like use their technology to like eavesdrop, basically.
They're like, sure.
He's like, Wakanda, they're just like a small village. And then Claw's like, you're such a dummy. Like, are you kidding? Like, have you seen these people? That lady had a spear that came out of like a bracelet or something. Like, you think that's normal? What are you talking about? You're so weird. And yep, so when the heist happens, is an explosion, there's gunfire, and Martin Freeman takes a bullet for Nakia. So you know what?
Ooh.
We love that. We love that. Good choice. Good
Bilbo
choice.
showed up. Bilbo was like, all right.
Yeah.
I took the ring. This is
Yeah.
my fault. I got to take some responsibility.
Yeah, so Black Panther does see Eric Killmonger briefly, and this is where he sees the necklace that's like a Wakandan necklace. And he's like, that's my grandpa's necklace, or something. I don't even remember. Something. And then they're like, you know what, guys? Let's go on a field trip to Wakanda because Martin Freeman got shot. So I guess we'll, like, help him.
He was kind of like, can't we just let him die? Like, he's an American. And then Nakia's like, he saved my life. We are going to save him. And they're like, well, the only way to save him is to bring him to Wakanda. Which, by the way, Martin, like, you got soups lucky with this whole experience.
Yeah.
You're bad at your job. They're saving your life. And then you get to go roll up in Wakanda that no one gets to see. This secret, like, world.
Yeah, you better say thank you, okay?
And Shuri's like, fine, I'll save him.
She's like, don't touch anything. You're so annoying. But they get back, and Daniel K., who I don't know the real character's name, he's like, hey, best friend, did you bring back that guy? And then he's like, no. And then he's like, wow, I'm sad friend.
Well, the problem is they're like, your dad died, you have to, like, venge him. And then it was like, we had vibranium stolen, and then it's being, like, sold, so go get it. And then they're like, get the guy that's selling it. And they're like, okay, just, like, do your job, you're Black Panther. And he just kind of keeps losing. He's like, well, I didn't. Well, I messed up. I got Martin Freeman. I mean, this is some real Coneheads vibes of, like, well, I got one of the FBI agents.
Right.
Is that going to work?
Didn't do anything that was on my list. However, I got this guy.
On the upside, I have a car manual. Would you like to see that?
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah. Also, I love that Martin Freeman gets called colonizer
oh my
all
God,
the time.
I laughed so hard at that.
I was like, that will hold up because that is just how we're going to speak in the future.
They also dressed him in, like, a muumuu. I'm sure you noticed. It's a weird-looking hospital gown. It was a muumuu. Let's just call a spade, all right?
I mean, I feel like it was supposed to be like an African garb, but not the cool kind.
It was not cool on him.
Not cool. Not cool. But what was cool about him is he, like, the audience got to be like, are those trains, like, levitating? Is that, how is all this? And she's like, vibranium.
Yeah. Whatever question you have, the answer is vibranium. Okay.
Which, by the way,
Jeez.
anybody making a movie, if you just explain that something's magical in the beginning, like Dark Crystal style, you never have to explain how it works.
Yeah, that's why it's like Harry Potter, because you're like, it's magic. You're like, what? Okay, well, all right.
There we go. It is.
Sure, yep.
But things are brewing. There's definitely some tension, to your point, on Daniel K's like, I don't know, this ain't good.
Daniel K is not happy. Killmonger literally killed all of the people, and he needed Claw's body to bring to Wakanda. And then this is where Daniel K is like, oh my God, do you want to be my new best friend? Because I'm Regina George, and I'm ready.
Ooh, he is Regina George.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember this movie as much, whatever, when I last saw it, and I forgot Michael B. Jordan was, like, kind of the bad guy. I know I should have known that, but when he kills Claw, that is, like, the big twist.
Right.
He went from, like, hot guy trying to get a lot of money, like, for this vibranium, to he's trying to, like, take over all of Wakanda, and you're like, whoa, I underestimated how intense you are.
Yep, he's intense.
Mama.
He goes from 0 to 100, like, real quick.
Very fast. And he shows up, all the family business, he's just like, Mom's sleeping with Dad's cousin and Grandpa, and this one is in jail, and Sharon's pregnant, and you're like,
yes, and this is where, before this, at some point, T'Challa goes up to Forrest Whitaker, and he's like, oh my God, this guy was wearing a necklace of Grandpa, and then Forrest is like, all right, I'm gonna give you the real talk. Your dad was a murderer, okay? He murdered your uncle. He left your little cousin, a little orphan, all alone. Didn't even give him $1. Literally drove away in $1 million spaceship. Didn't even toss him a buck. And then he's like, what? You abandoned a kid? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, damn.
Well, and you're like, that was wrong. So
that was wrong.
If I'm Michael B. Jordan, like, I have a really good origin story, because that's wrong. The kid didn't deserve that. They could have taken the kid back.
Yep. So this leads to him being like, yo, I'm your cousin. You're my aunt. You're my something. We're all related, and I don't know. And anyway, more importantly, I'm gonna challenge. Let's do it. And then at first, T'Challa's like, ugh, no. But then he's like, yeah! And you're like, oh my God, okay, well, here we go. So, we're back at the waterfall! But there's, like, people this time.
There's less people, and you're still thinking, well, Chadwick Boseman's gonna kill him. Like, you know, he's an outsider. I mean, he's from California. I mean, come on. So I really thought he'd still lose, but very quickly you see that ain't the case.
Nope.
He beats the living crap out of Chadwick Boseman.
And not only that, but then he's like basically about to kill him. And then Forrest Whitaker's like, no, it's not his fault. It's my fault. And then you're like, oh no, Forrest, no. And then he gets stabbed. And he dead. So
Yuri is dead.
And everyone is just standing around watching.
And then he just chucks him over a waterfall. And I don't know, I imagine if you're in the movie theater with everyone else, you're all like, oh, was that the end of the movie? Like, oh,
yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, he seems pretty dead, right? Like, you don't really come back from that, right? I was convinced he was dead.
Well, luckily there is about 40 minutes left of the movie at this point, so you're kind of like, well, not totally dead. Okay, I do want to point out, though, this was one of the, again, I don't really understand these challenges things, because I understand we've got a little less people, but, like, they didn't have the scary countdown with the spears during this fight, and I'm very stuck on this point, because I think it changes the odds, all right? I'm gonna say it. Who knows if T'Challa would have lost if there were spears that were slowly inching towards us during all this? I don't know. I mean, someone was gonna end up over the waterfall regardless.
Where's the ref? Because Katie wants to be the ref.
Imagine me standing in the waterfall and I blow it, so I'm like, time out. Hold on, this is a foul, okay? No, I'm giving you a red card for mocking his dead dad, you sicko. All right, I don't want to hear that shit.
But then Killmonger's like, I'm the king, and everyone's like, oh, we gotta follow these rules, so okay. And then he just is tough. And this is where you're like, okay, he's evil. He burns all the herbs.
Yeah.
He goes and sees his dad, and that was really weird, that dream sequence with his dad, right?
I couldn't, hear what the dad was saying, and my volume was up really high, so I don't know what's wrong with my ears, but I didn't really know what was going on, because part of me was like, okay, this is it's not a flashback, but then I think it kind of was a flashback, but with a new conversation, but I also wasn't sure what was going on at all, ever.
All I got is that even though he's venging his dad's death and is venging how this entire community left him, and then he saw people, he kept saying, people like us, that look like us, that are black, are struggling, and y'all just go to your little secret hidden, castle tower. Which is fair. And what he was saying to his dad is and then you're a traitor, Dad? Were you gonna do good? And all. So you're just yo, this guy is mad at everyone.
Yeah.
There is no soft side of him. All you see is harsh toughness.
So here's one of the problems that I think is with his motivation that I think people didn't scrutinize as much as maybe they should have, is that's such a valid argument to be you guys have so much resources and you're literally not sharing them with anyone, and there are so many people that could benefit. But he then isn't yeah, guys, let's go share all these herbs and plants and money. He's instead we're gonna get rid of the guns and we're gonna load up. All right, everybody's getting a gun. And I'm are you the Republican Texas candidate? Because I don't know. I'm good. That was a weird connection.
Well, his backstory was he was a CIA agent and they trained him really intense, and he was on the front lines. He would go to countries that were going to be overthrown by the US. So what was interesting is they threaded in the violence of America, right? Because he's kind of this, he's had two worlds. He's had Wakanda, where he's from, and then America, where he was raised. And you're yeah, no surprise you just go to trying to steamroll and take over as America. But I literally wrote at this point, I go, okay, so he's the Scar of this movie.
Yeah.
And he's
he's burning it all to the ground. But I think some of the things he's thinking is correct, but I don't think the way he goes about it is correct.
Agreed.
I think the thought process is there, the intention is there, but then the execution is not the greatest choices. And
agreed.
So now herbs are gone, but don't worry, Nakia.
I'm just thinking you're saying someone's name, Herb.
Herbs.
Hey, Herb, get over here.
Herb. She knows the secret passageways of Hogwarts. I mean, Wakanda. And she stole one because she also told the royal family, which is the mom and Shuri, be like, yo, get in the woods, guys, because, like, it's gonna be crazy. And then somehow Martin Freeman is there, too. I don't remember.
Oh, no,
he just kind of is in the background of a lot of scenes. And
Bilbo pops up.
Doesn't need to be, but there he is. And they're like, we gotta go to the Jabraris because they're the best and they live in a mountain and that's far away. So let's do it.
Well, and that's kind of scary because they're like, so this is super awkward because, like, he just lost this fight where he wanted to be king and we kind of were, like, rooting against him. But, like, we didn't know how bad it could be now that Michael B. Jordan rolled up. So now it's, like, really bad and we need some help. So it's like going to someone where you need help, but you're also in a fight with them and you're like, hey buddy. Hey.
Sorry I put you in a knee headlock.
Sorry I rooted for your demise. So, we got a problem. And then M'Baku, I think he should have got, like, an award for just this scene because he is so nonchalant. And as you say, he's like, Chadwick Boseman's on ice. And they're like, what?
He's like, we got him in the fridge out back. Don't worry, y'all. Don't even worry. Because they were like, we're going to give you the herb. And then he's like, I don't want that shit.
Wakanda!
Oh my god. Well, and I kept thinking, wow, what a turn of events. He's like, I didn't win, but I'm not, like, power hungry crazy. And also, I found the king who basically killed me, so to speak, and I didn't want to kill him, so he's on ice. And, and then he's, like, making hilarious jokes. But he literally is, like, yawning at them. And he's like, are you done?
Yeah.
Can you leave my mountain?
I'm just trying to sit here in my little fur vest, and y'all are annoying me.
Oh my god.
So they force dead/on ice T'Challa to somehow drink the herb, and then we get back into the Lion King, and this is a little different of a Lion King, because this would be the Lion King if Mufasa was like, yo, Simba, just, like, give up and, like, join me in death. And you're like, no, Mufasa, wrong.
Well, he hangs on to a technicality. He's like, technically, I didn't yield the fight. This is where you, the referee, would come in and be like, boop, boop. Actually, he fell off the waterfall before saying he yield. So technically, he could still be king. And then Chadwick Boseman was like, carry the 1 minus the 2. Yeah, I could actually still be Black Panther and still fight him. It may not be in a waterfall, so that's whatever. But I thought that was so funny. Like, he had to justify the ethics of it. And I'm like, what?
Well, and this is where T'Challa yells at his dead dad. And he's like, why'd you abandon a kid? And the dad's like, I have no excuses. I don't get a real backstory. We're just gonna roll with it. The writers wrote it. Let's do it. And he's like, and then he's like, you'll have to be a better king than me. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And you're like, wow. And then he's alive! That's
so
a great
good.
day.
It's so good. You're just like, this is awesome.
Wait, and then the best is Shuri then whips out the Black Panther, like, necklace, which is basically the suit, and she's like, I just had this in my pocket, just in case. You never know when someone's gonna have an herb and they're gonna need it. So I'm like, Shuri, you son of a
Wakanda!
Thank God you're here. Oh my God.
Such a good character.
Yep.
But I love then, before basically Michael B. Jordan sends out all of, like, the jets to just take guns all over the world and start this, like, World War III, they're having this, like, internal army fight, which then is just, now we're in true chaotic fight. Yep. Every tribe, who's on what side.
Right.
It's insane. And that was, like, what, the last 30 minutes of the movie?
Yeah, it felt a little quicker than 30 minutes because it was just, like, a lot happening. And then Black Panther joins and he's, like, throwing down planes. And then Shuri and Nakia and Martin Freeman, like, sneaked in the lab, and then they get cool stuff, and then everybody's got stuff, except for the mom. I don't know where she is. She's hanging out somewhere.
Angela Bassett's just like, do you see my cheekbones? And everyone's like, yes, just keep standing there.
She's like, I'll distract them with my beauty, and you're like, that works. Good job.
It does.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fighting, and Daniel K, man, he is such a little scrub.
Oh, he's part of the problem.
He is part of the problem. My God.
Well, and then this is like an ethical dilemma with Okoye, where Okoye is like, well, I don't have a king, and I am the king's army, and this is the new king, and, like, I kind of have to follow the rules. I don't like it. I have to follow the rules. So once she sees Chadwick Boseman, she's like, all rules are off. I do whatever I want. And she's like, Daniel, I'm taking down your rhino. I'm slicing throats. I'm going crazy. And you're like,
oh my god, it's awesome. Yo, when she stops the rhino, that's the funniest part, because the rhino stops and then gives her a little kiss.
I know, I loved it.
And I wrote, all the pets know who their moms are. That's what I wrote. They know their moms. They're like, fuck you, Dad, but Mom, give her a little kissy.
Oh my god. And then he's like, would you kill me, my love? And she goes, for Wakanda without question. And I was like, every woman needs to hear that line.
That should be another Facebook status. It's like, we're dating, but I'd kill him for Wakanda. So that's where we're at right now. That's our status.
She's like, forever married to Wakanda, currently dating Daniel Coulier. Oh my god. But
so awesome.
But it's so cool. And then you're like, who's gonna win? We don't know what's happening. There's a lot happening. And then out of the blue rolls up M'Baku with the Jabari tribe. And I'm like, so they're saving you for like a third time in this movie? Where's the credit? Where's the credit?
Yeah, they roll up, fight gets wild, gets crazy town, and then the two Black Panthers are finally Black Panthering at each other.
It's a cat fight. Rare.
It's a cat fight, yeah. And they basically like leave that area because they fall in some place, and now they're on like these train tracks by themselves. So now it's like we got two fights happening.
I think that won't age well. I was like,
The CGI is not super great, but like there's no other way they could have done that. That would have been like crazy to try to do any of that practically.
Yeah. They had to isolate them for the intensity. And then having the train go through was kind of cool because they'd lose powers, then they'd gain powers and lose powers, and that was cool.
The way that he like wins though, I'm kind of like, okay.
Personally, I actually wanted Michael B. Jordan to live and then for them to be besties.
Oh, that would be fun.
Like, that's how I wanted it to end.
Yeah.
Instead, I guess he had to kill him.
Well, T'Challa was like, I could still heal you, dude. You don't have to die like this. And then he was like, no, death is better than slavery or bondage. And he's like, you'll just throw me in jail. And he's like, well, yeah. And he's like, no, I'm gonna die then. And then he dies. And you're like, wow.
I wrote that down. He goes, so you can lock me up? And he goes, just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors who jumped from the ships. They knew death was better than bondage.
Man.
And you're like,
wow. That's... whew.
Yeah, and that's what made this movie so good. It's like, it equally touched on all of intense issues while giving you, like, fun, cool fight scenes, while giving you magic, while giving you violence, but also, like, humor. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and then he did, and everybody's friends again, and, you know, we're not mad at Daniel K, I guess. I don't know. Who knows what that looks like. And then they go to California. They go to the death place of their uncle, which,
Okay, I got a big opinion about this. So, okay. The entire movie's like, share your vibranium. This is an ethical question. It's, do you keep it secret and then your little community is safe and you don't share with the world? Or start sharing your wealth. And, you know, there was basically a big civil war from Michael B. Jordan about this. And he, at the end of the movie, he's like, you know what? I'm going to share my wealth. But what am I going to do? I'm going to invest in Oakland real estate. And you're like, what? Like, really? Like, that's how we're going to do it? He's like, I own that building and that building. I'm like, lamest thing ever.
He's like, I'm going to make it an outreach center. You're like, that's nice. But, like... anything else with your billions of dollars? And okay.
Well, and then he gives Shuri a job she didn't sign up for. He's like, you'll run the science and info exchange. And she's like, I'm trying to go to Disney or Coachella. Like, I'm not like trying to be here. Yeah. So.
And this is where he shows off his spaceship, and he's just like, now they're spaceships. Everybody accept it, okay? Just accept it. And the kid's like, wow.
That was definitely some Space Jam. Wow.
But you know what? It is so much fun. This is such a fun movie.
Oh, it's done so well. And if I had to change it, I would add more of the relationship backstories.
Give them all Facebook profiles with clear statuses laid out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, even like Love Island style. Like, they have like one-on-one interviews with the cameras. They're like, so we were dating, then we stopped dating, and then maybe
they
this
all
happened.
sleep in the same room all 100 characters, so you know what's going on. Oh my god, I can't. I cannot.
Okay, watch it or don't watch it.
Watch it. This is a nostalgic movie that you should watch.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And who do we have to thank?
This was a fan pick by our fan, David. David, thank you so much. David gave us a couple other fan picks as well, so don't worry, David. I got those on a list, my friend. We will not forget about you.
Got it on ice like Chadwick Boseman.
Yep, it's hanging out. It's just going to wait for its purple flower, purple herb, if you will, for when I'm ready to crush it up and hand it out.
Love it. I definitely watched this. If you haven't watched this, like, what's happening?
Right.
Kate, you know what time it is.
I'm ready.
So, we're gonna take away the action. We're gonna take away the adventure.
Oh my.
And we are gonna go to 1991.
Oh, the 90s! That was when I was born, my gosh.
Dream of the 90s
This
is alive
in Portland. Sleep till 11. Oh my god.
And this is just gonna take a break from all that, you know? And we're gonna remember more of a coming of age
My
story,
fave!
which is, as described, comedy drama.
Oh, com-drum.
Com-drum. I think this is more drum than com.
Okay.
But this was a listener pick from
Whoa!
the one and only Julie.
Julie!
Julie, you thought we forgot. We did not.
Oh, Julie.
Julie, if you're listening, you know what movie this is and Katie doesn't. Katie, this is My Girl.
My Girl! Oh,
Talking about My Girl. Ooh.
This is more drum than com. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be like a reaction I had to when Artax was in the swamp of sadness.
We're gonna feel the feelings. And also this, we did a lot of Home Alone, and we did, like, we're convinced Macaulay Culkin is a psychopath, and in this movie, he's just a sweet little boy, fallen in love for the first time, and just happens to be allergic to bees. I mean, we've been there.
Have we? Because I'm scared, and I've never been stung by a bee, so I don't know if I'm allergic to bees, and...
Also, Anna Chlumsky, I think?
The girl?
Yes. She is in Veep, and she looks exactly like her child self.
Oh, so cute.
So I'm intrigued to watch this knowing that character in the back of my head, like her funny Veep character. So, yeah, we're gonna take it down. It's summer, and sometimes we gotta have the feels, and, you know, there's a lot going on in the world, and you gotta just have some feels. We're laughing, we're watching adventures, there's magic, there's vibranium, and sometimes you just need My Girl.
Well, Bridge,
Yeah?
I just want to say, if you were challenged to fight someone at the top of a waterfall while a group of scary, deadly warriors were slowly inching towards you with spears, I would blow the whistle.
Okay.
and give you a timeout.
Okay. Thank you for regulating that.
Because I love you.
Thank you. And Kate,
Bridge,
if you happen to star in a Marvel blockbuster movie,
the dream.
They gave you this amazing female character that was strong and powerful and had great clothes, but they didn't give the backstory of your lover, I would make sure it was written in.
Thanks, Bridge! No question about that Facebook status. Oh my goodness. Oh, and listeners, if you also love clear, agreed upon relationship statuses, and you hate countdowns with weapons and waterfalls you don't want to fall off of, you should write us a review, because we love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. So if you would like to be like David, who had requested Black Panther, or like our next pick, Julie, you can go on our website, scroll down on the main page. There is a form you can fill out to request a movie. So if you have strong feelings about another movie with a waterfall, the only thing that's coming to mind is The Fugitive. So if you want to recommend that one.
Recommend that one.
That is a good one. That is a good one. We love Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford. So anyway, if you want to do something like that, you can do that. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can buy us coffee the size of the museum lady.
Oh no!
Okay.
Hopefully it's not poison.
It won't
I'm
be
scared.
It will not be poisoned.
Okay.
By giving us some coffee money, we will actually be using it for who the frick knows? Because if you got some Wakanda vibranium money, just add in those zeros. Am I right?
And then we'll tell our significant others or whatever, we'll say, you know, I like you, but I literally kill you for Wakanda. And here's the paycheck to prove it. So
I'd be like, hey, remember that podcast you were laughing about? Well, now we got this Wakanda money. Bob,
Wakanda!
we single! We're going to Africa Gate! Ow!
Yeah. So listeners, check all that out, do all of that, and yeah, we hope to hear from you.
Love you. This was fun to have a nostalgic movie, and we should add more of these. And people listening, if you're like, I get it, you do nostalgic movies, but like, I want something that's more recent, throw it in there. No rules. Nostalgic. Let's do it.
There's no rules, no referees, so don't worry. We do what we feel. So yes, all of that, listeners. And well, we'll see y'all next week for My Girl.
My Girl. We're gonna see grown-up Jamie Lee Curtis, who is not Colt from Three Ninjas. She's a makeup artist.
Oh my God.
Awkward.
Oh, what a throwback. Yes. All right. All right. I love you.
I love you. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswho'veseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.